worked? If it has, why and how? And if it has not, why? And what are you going to do about it? So I've not found any jurisdiction that I would say has it 100%. I think there are elements that we're looking at that are similar to a variety of jurisdictions.
Right.
But, certainly we have the uniqueness, of Toronto, best city in North America, best city in the world. I'm a little biased.
Totally.
I'm very biased.
Yep.
So, we want to make sure that what the answer that we bring forward is an answer that works for Toronto and the uniqueness that we have versus the uniqueness of any other city. So
of course,
haven't found it yet. Haven't found the magic answer yet.
Can you share with us maybe what some of the other elements that you've seen that sort of piqued your curiosity that other cities have tried? I mean, I know that you're saying that, we're not sure what their results are like, or the results might not necessarily be 100% what you want, but are there some sort of elements, examples you can just share with us of what's been done around the world?
Yeah, sure. So, there are a number of them that have looked at, as I mentioned, a maximum number of days.
Yep.
Some have taken an approach of differing the permissions based on the type of property. So, perhaps a fully detached or semi-detached home may differ as far as what they would permit on a frequency basis versus an apartment or a condominium. Some are not permitting, like New York. They have a significant rent-controlled regime there and are not permitting the use of apartment units that are under rent control to be used as short-term rentals.
Right.
So there's various different aspects on, yes, the type of property, the zoning that's applicable to that neighborhood or that property, maximum number of days, length of stays. It's really, there's a number of different component pieces. I think our very interesting challenge here, and I will be looking into what some other jurisdictions have done, is the condo market.
Yes.
And what's happening with condominiums, because it does present some unique maybe opportunities with the authorities of the condo boards, but also challenges for them. So it's really, you can turn the dial on a variety of different aspects of the where, the how many, is there a maximum, is there no maximum, as well as some are looking at a city registration or a city license.
Right.
And individual homeowners have to come in. San Francisco has that. Don't think it's working too well.
Right.
Where individuals are expected to approach the city.
Right.
So, we're going to look at all of these kind of basics and see what is the most suitable for us.
Yeah, I think it is challenging specifically in the condo world because I used to be on the board of directors for my condo building, and most condo declarations, it basically says you can't have a rental term that's shorter than 6 months. So you have a lot of people using Airbnb, and they're doing it, in secret till the condo board finds out and then is trying to, get them to stop. And unfortunately, condos don't have a lot of mechanisms to make people stop using Airbnb other than, we're going to get our lawyer involved. You're going to have to pay for it. Maybe they can give you a fine.
That's what makes this so complicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
So when will the city decide what it sort of wants to do? What's your sort of, deadline after you've done all your consultations to sort of figure out, okay, this is what we want to do?
So we have a commitment to report to our executive committee on June 19. That's when we'll be at committee. So that means the report that outlines our series of recommendations would be available to the public just over a week in advance of that. Obviously, we need to, so it's coming
soon.
We need to, so we need to have our work done, at least know kind of where we're shaking out as far as recommendations we'll make to council. Really, I'm saying to my people, we need pen off paper by mid-May.
Right.
So we can, have those really last 2 weeks of May, first week of June to scrub through our assertions or our assumptions, I should say, and ensure that we're presenting a report that outlines, our findings and rationale for the recommendations that we will ultimately make.
Right.
So we are on the pedals on the metal for this.
Right.
At this point. Or is it pedal to the metal? Yeah, pedal to the metal.
And then do you consult at all with other sort of areas in Ontario, other, councils, any other sort of city? I know, for example, in Prince Edward County, they're sort of undergoing the same thing where they're trying to figure out, if they need to license the Airbnb use. So does the city of Toronto sort of, consult with other councils or municipalities to sort of figure out what they're doing as well too?
Certainly. So at a staff level, we absolutely do engage with other cities. We've, many of us just went through the taxi Uber issue, and many of us are now dealing with the marijuana legalization and the illegal dispensary issue.
Right.
So we've gotten to make a lot of contacts across the country.
Hey, that's good. Everybody's working together.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the best way to do these things. I mean, if we can get some consistency, that certainly helps the public and helps the operators. So we will be talking, I think, on the Airbnb front, at least as far as our local partners go. We have the most significant volumes. So, we haven't, we haven't found an answer outside of the GTA, but we're absolutely open to the discussions. And when we get together or make phone calls, and a lot of times it's a quick, hey, what are you doing about this?
Of course.
And talking to the province as well.
Right.
And seeing where are they headed? Where were they getting involved, or are they getting involved? They came out in respect to the Airbnb issue last year, talking about a pilot they did with Airbnb on, informing people on how to meet their taxation obligations.
Right.
So, it's a lot of conversation with a lot of different people, and everybody's just trying to sort a path through to balance all the competing interests.
Wow, very interesting. Is there anything else you think our listeners should know about this issue and what you guys are doing?
Well, you know what? I think what I'd like them to know is that their input is important.
Okay.
That, we truly, truly do listen to what people's opinions are, what suggestions they have, goods, bads, and uglies. What they like about it, what they don't like about it, and suggestions on what they think the city and or other levels of government ought to do. So, I think every voice counts.
Right.
And people should not think, well, I don't really have much to say. Everybody's got something to say. We're absolutely happy to hear it. They don't have to represent large groups.
Right.
We have individuals write us all the time and really encourage them to do that. And just know that we are endeavoring to find a balance.
Right.
In recognizing that this is a thing that's happening in our city that people want and people don't want. This is happening in our city, and we need to find how we balance everybody's interests. So
of course,
we're working hard.
Absolutely.
and hopefully we can strike that balance.
And where should people go online to, sort of voice their opinion? I think you have a survey or something.
Thank you for asking.
No problem.
Yes. Our website is through toronto.ca. And then I never know if it's a backslash or a forward slash. It's one of those slashes, yeah. Then it's MLS Have Your Say. And we've got the online survey, went up last night, and encourage everybody to have a look. We will, as long as we go along, be posting information on our website, the presentations that we conduct at the public consultations, and also as I mentioned, on April 12th, the live streaming of the consultation, the engagement through Twitter, a lot of opportunities for people to reach in and let us know what they think. And if someone has a more substantial submission they want to make, through our website, they'll find some email addresses of two of my staff that they can send that to directly.
Perfect.
So we're really open for business and open for input.
Awesome. That sounds great. Tracey, I always like to ask everyone who I interview what part of the city they live in. And obviously, since you work for the city of Toronto, what part of the city do you live in and why? And do you rent or do you own?
Oh, well, I am a lifelong Toronto resident. Always have been, always will be.
Yeah.
Very proud to be. I actually live in Don Mills, and
perfect.
I own my home.
Awesome. Excellent.
So nice kind of center of the center of Toronto.
Center of the center. I guess everybody always debates what the center of Toronto is. I happen to live at Yonge and Eglinton, so I'm always like...
Oh, see, now you're the center then.
Exactly. I'm like...
We are all our own centers in Toronto.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's all in our mind. Wherever we live is the best part to be, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tracey. I know you're super busy, and thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks again for joining us for some Toronto real estate market insights. You can visit my website at morrisonsellsrealestate.com or visit morrisontalksrealestate.com for more episodes of the podcast. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to The Morrison Report. Hosted by Deval Morrison, sales representative for Bosley Real Estate Limited Brokerage, real estate investor and best-selling author, bringing you insights on the Toronto real estate market. Join us for another podcast.